Morning, dear students. Hope you are all safe at home during this pandemic. As a part of induction program, on behalf of Mathusri Engineering College, I am pleased to introduce today's speaker, Dr. C. Virender Garu, who is a renowned psychologist. He obtained his doctoral degree in physics from Osmania University, MPhil from Central University, and MSc Psychology from Kakatiya University. At present, he is consultant psychologist at JNTU Hyderabad, Telangana. He is appointed psychologist for Sports Authority of Telangana, TPSC interview board member, as personality assessor in recruiting engineers for irrigation and other government departments, as member Telangana State Anti-Suicide Committee Board of Intermediate. His abroad experience include visiting scientist and a lead speaker at different places, including Vietnam, Taipei, Philippines, Bangkok, Indonesia, and Bahrain. As a lead speaker, he participated in about 17 seminars at various national and international levels. Apart from his research experience in superconductors and semiconductors, he worked on counseling in performance of players, building self esteem in adolescent students, and now working on how to connect the multiple intelligence in teaching. He spent 10 years as a mental conditioning coach and trainer for sports persons. He has about 15 years of counseling experience on various issues of anxiety, depression in education institutions, hospitals, and professional learning centers. He held famous suicide self confidence building sessions in various districts and provided personality development and training to more than 3 lakh students. He published around 16 research articles, which is an added feather to his cap. He is also a consultant for several state and government organizations coming under state government. He is a columnist and author for around 6 books. He participated and presented more than 300 shows in different television channels for the past 10 years. Sir, it is an honor for us to have you today for this induction program. Hope our students would benefit a lot from your talk, sir. As we know that induction means prerana. So let all the students take some prerana from you, sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation. Let us welcome our chief guest. So we are all welcoming you, sir, Dr. C. Virender Garu, to this student induction program on behalf of Mathusri Engineering College. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam, for a nice introduction about me. It's an
Thank you,
immense
sir.
pleasure always connecting with the Mathusri.
Yes, sir.
And I thank the management for giving this wonderful opportunity to interact with the young minds of this region.
Yes, sir.
Let me thank Principal Anmatrao Garu, and also let me thank Dr. Shekhar, is my friend. And also thank you, ma'am, for taking time and introducing me to the young minds. And before I start, let me also thank my parents for giving this wonderful life. And let me thank all my teachers who really added a great amount of value addition to my life. Let me thank my wife, kids, and family and friends for their continuous emotional support in every endeavor. Let me also thank thousands of students like you all who really shared their different kinds of issues and problems and secrets, which really enriched me to be an effective professional in designing the solutions and also to share the solutions with the young minds so that they can move on into the life from the obstacles what they've been experiencing and perceiving it. Let me also thank the farmers of this land who are continuously, constantly struggling to feed us to survive on this planet, and who are now they are in agitation near Delhi. So I wish that their wishes should fulfill, and government will definitely give the best support to make this world move on. And also, let us all thankful to the doctors, paramedical staff, and the sanitation workers and the police in this pandemic period. They really, at the cost of their lives, doctors could give the best services to make the corona affected people. And also we need to be very very responsible during this pandemic period. I hope that you're all following the WHO guidelines. Just the WHO guidelines, they given the four most important suggestions, which are much stronger than the vaccine what the scientists have created. Number one, use the always the sanitizer and wash your hands regularly. Number two, keep the mask regularly, not as an Indian mask, but you try to keep the mask which covers your nose and mouth. Third is that try to maintain the distance, physical distance, wherever you go to the strangers or the people. Fourth one is that don't try to attend the marriages and the functions where the more gathering was there. So these things can only make you all to survive, and we all need to follow these guidelines so that we can create a very healthy society and also a healthy Telangana, a healthy Hyderabad, and a healthy country. In turn, the pandemic is spread from person to person. So let us also try to work hard to keep this world very healthy. So let me congratulate for. Can I continue, madam?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for reminding us the precautions about the pandemic once again. Thank you, sir.
Let me appreciate all of you for choosing Matrusri. I am really proudly present that this college really add value addition to their students, because my daughter also a student of this college. She finished her engineering from mechanical engineering in 2018, 19. During the period, the college given an opportunity for her to fly to Japan to pursue her internship in robotics at Japan, one of the most what do you call out of state of robotics institution, Shibara Institute of Technology. And also now my daughter is pursuing her MS in robotics at Cleveland University, and the immense coordination and support from the faculty of all the Matrushi Engineering College, and also a constant support from Dr. Shekhar and Dr. Mantrao principal, which really made my daughter to aim in bigger platforms. And also I'm definitely wish that the same support and the faculty of Madhusri going to give to her to get a better opportunity and also create a better robotics to help the human in these pandemic situations. I hope that you are all very very happy, and also let me congratulate each and every one who are successful for the past 12 years in their academic years, till 10th class in their schools, then plus 2, then you might have written MSET exam, and also then you got the counseling and you placed in this Mathur Engineering College. So the some of the students who are really in the bad moods joining in the state engineering colleges, not only this but various colleges, because some of the students, majority of the students, while preparing their intermediate, they prepare for IIT and NIT and BITS. So in these three institutions, sometimes our efforts are very high, but during that period of 3 hours, if we are not in the flow, we are not in the form in terms of sports psychology, we'll say that the player, let's suppose you take a cricket, we always say that the Kohli is in form, Dhoni is in form, Tendulkar is in form, Yunus Pathan is, Irfan Pathan was in form. In form means what? The form means the skill and the thought process and the body. Three will fall in line and they generate resonance, which can use the best performance out of a person. So sometimes it is going to happen with every player, sometimes it is not. So I wish that your students also will experience this kind of situation. They are not in flow. They generate a lot of anxiety because expectations are very high, from the family surroundings, from the peer, from the institution. These are all things will definitely create a self-doubt in self, whether I'll be able to write exam very well or not, whether I'll be able to answer all the questions which come or not. So with this self-doubt, we enter into the exam hall, and some of the questions appear very, very easy, but we commit mistakes. Some of the questions will be very tough and challenging. We do right answers. So this kind of confusion keep on flowing. Though we do answers properly, sometimes we bubble the answers in a wrong number. So these are all things are very, very common. It has been happening since a long time. But you all need to understand the amount of effort which you have given for your career. It is imbibed. It is stored in your neurons. It doesn't go anywhere. Maybe sometimes the performance platforms may not give you the best performance in that given limited time. So whatever you call low performance, or you name it as a failure, may name it as your setback, this is only setback for only that particular event, that particular time. Don't carry that luggage, don't carry that both to future, because your future never be past. It never become to the same as the past, because future, what you believe, whatever you are now, it is the future of the past. So whatever done in the past, which drive you, which made you to place here in this state. So now the planning, the action plan, the effort, the commitment, the knowledge, honesty in the learning, which are all going to push you, drive you into a better place. So don't think too much about the past, which is really nobody in this place or nobody on this planet. It may be President of America, it may be Prime Minister of India, or maybe a scientist who never, nobody on this planet can go back and change the past. But everybody has a great opportunity to change their future, because you start working present. All the things, whatever you work presently, they are going to create a best future for all of you. So with this prologue, I just wanted to enter into our session. So I'll share one PPT. So what I request to all of the students, please, whatever your doubts you have been carrying since a long time, which are bothering you, please make a note. And after the session, it is going to be till 11:15. I'm going to present this, and after that we'll have at least 15 to 30 minutes. We'll have a question answer session, and I love to be bombarded by all of you. So raise some questions. The questions need not be necessarily be now, but we'll spend a good amount of time in answering your questions. So get ready with the papers, and then write down the questions which are bothering. And in the process of my session, also, if you get any questions, you write down. So I'm going to share my PPT.
Thank you for that vibrant start, sir. You inspired the students in the beginning. Thank you, sir.
So welcome to all the successful post-millennial students. It is about this session is about emotional intelligence, which can help you to explore yourself and evolve yourself for the better future. I'm Dr. C. Virender, a psychologist who is a consultant at JNTU, and also I have my own center which helps the issues among the teenagers and the parent-child conflict, and also about the career guidance. The name of the organization is You and Me, and also you have an app in the mobile Google Play Store. You can download YOUNME. This is the app which helps you to explore about whether your anxiety is, are you possessing any depression is there, concentration is there. what are the study skills are there. These are all are really stored in the app, so that it will be very helpful for the students. So now we need to understand why we are called as millennials and post millennials. See, this is the classification about the people who born the various periods. Our generation during 60s, we call them as the X generation. Our parents we called as the baby boomers. Next generation we call it as a Y generation, and Z generation, and your generation after 2000 years who were born, we call them as the post millennials, and who born 1995, after 1995 we call them as the millennials, who born before 2000, 15 years. So we call you all as the post millennials. In general, we call the I generation, or we can also call you all of your generation as the centennials. So there's a great thing, majority of the parents, when they come with their kids to our center to help the child to overcome from the anxiety, anger, pressure, low self-esteem, low study skills.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Hmm.
Can you please hide the bar because it is covering? Yeah, stop sharing icon.
Okay.
Please click on the hide
Yeah.
option.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is it okay now?
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. So the parents always share some of the behaviors at home. The parent says that my child never gets up early in the morning. He gets up around 9 to 10. If there is a holiday is there in the college, pucho mat, they get up at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. They spend a lot of time in the late night on the mobiles. And if we ask, they say that my friends are available only online after 10 o'clock. So I need to talk to my friends, so they keep spending time. And during this lockdown and because of the corona, everybody is um, totally locked in the houses. They're not allowed to go outside, go for parties, go and hang out. And during this lockdown and the corona period, the most important thing for the teenagers, they're missing their friends. They're missing their institution. Majority of the students, they believe that going to the college is not for learning, but only to meet up with the friends and hang out with the friends. So they are absolutely missing. Now, even in the best part of their life, they're joining in a new institution, and that is also happen to be only in the mobiles and in the laptop and the online meetings. So these are all definitely disappointing. And because of this, there are a lot of tantrums at home. Parents are facing a lot of trouble in managing these teenagers. They are spending too much of time on looking at the screen, either mobile or a laptop or a TV, or playing video games or the mobile games. Some way other way, their face is absolutely becoming like a screen of any electronic device. Apart from all these things, there are some of the best things are there in the post millennials. They are nurtured and pampered by the parents who didn't want to make the mistakes of the previous generation. So they pamper their kids like anything. Some of the parents, they always come with their story to their kids. During our young days, we were like this, we did like this, we don't have a chapel, we don't have a much dresses, we don't have like this, we travel, we walk. So now you're having everything, and still you don't perform very well. These things might really bore you. That's only the most intention behind the parents is that they don't want their kids to really suffer like them. And apart from this, post millennials are confident. Majority of them, not apply to everybody, but majority of them, very ambitious and achievement oriented. This was not really there during our generation. I am born 64, 56-year-old. In during our days, at your age, we are not really pressed by society, by the institutions, by the parents that you must study and perform. It used to be our choice. Sometimes our parents might not know that what course we are studying because they're really not aware, because they are not really qualified. But now this generation, my kids' generation, your generation, they are all ambitious and confident and achievement oriented. And after the completion of their education, if they join in any organization, and they have a lot of expectation of the employers also. See, I run a center, you and me. I recruited recently in the pandemic season a psychologist and the office front office managers. As they come, they ask about the AC in the hall. They ask about the more force in the office. So they demand more. It's surprising. When we were like you, we were not asked the employer that what is the strength of the office and how much salary you are going to go, when you are going to do, whether you give check or cash, whether you give in time or on time. We were not there at the time to ask. But now, your generation, they are very, very open. And also, they are tend to seek new challenges at work. And also, at any point of time, they never afraid to ask a question or question the authority. These are the some of the best parts of the your generation. And what are the millennial fears? Majority of the teenagers, the millennials and the post millennials, fearful of having no Wi-Fi. Around 24% of the people are fearful that wherever they go, whatever place they seek in, they immediately check whether Wi-Fi is not there. Then they 40% of the people are afraid that they may stuck at the work what they are doing. There will not be much better opportunity in the future. So, and 32% of the teenagers they are afraid that they have some ambition in their career, and those career goals may not met by them. And 32% they won't find a job that matches their personality. These are the fears. And you might have seen many number of times the Wi-Fi syndrome. Whenever they go to any home of their friends or relatives, immediately or go to the restaurant also, immediately they call the ward boy in the restaurant and ask the, hey, what is the password? What is the Wi-Fi here existing? If there is no Wi-Fi, immediately young people get disappointed. Oh no, Wi-Fi. Oh, it's very difficult to continue. It's very tough to pass our time. So they always keep on making sounds like getting bored. Why you got this? We came to this place very boring. No Wi-Fi. Can't play anything online. I can't chat with my friends. There's a great amount of the distress which is keep on pumping with because we don't have Wi-Fi. So to overcome from all these things, to design and to have a better life, to rise like a rocket in your coming life, so we need to overcome certain things. First of all, you have some of the students may be from the rural, other than Hyderabad or suburbs of the Hyderabad. They all feel that rural students don't have much exposure to the society, much exposure to the language, much exposure to the fashion, much exposure to the style, and we are not that outgoing like city kids. But y'all need to think majority of the innovations which are happening in the world, maybe from China, maybe from India, maybe from UK or Sweden, they're all from the rural background. Then question arises, what is the beauty of the rural? The beauty of the rural is that majority of the students they have to struggle for everything. At every day or in a week, there will be some or the other issue at home. It can be about the water, it can be about the electricity, it can be about some missions at home, it can be about the vehicle what we use. So they don't find the available technicians to do it. So these people have to at least to attempt to do it. So in the process of attempting, they really understand what is the mechanism involved, and they are really exposed much, and at least they know what is the science behind that issues when you are handling. So automatically it is enriching experience. At that time they may feel desperate, they feel very boring, and then they feel disappointed, sometimes disgusted for these situations in the state. But you really realize when you grow up, when you really enter into any position after finishing your education, you realize that that experience how really it is going to helpful in every aspect. Because you are exposed to different kinds, you are automatically the time and situation training you to become very creative. So that creativity neurons it get connected in the brain. And some of the students need to overcome from idea of overthinking. What is the meaning of overthinking? I think some of the students will be always keep on working on what other people around us think about us. I'm not wearing latest Vanusen dress, then what my friend thinks, what other people think. When I really not having latest watch or latest mobile, then what people think. I don't have the OnePlus T, I don't have iPhone, I have old Samsung phone. Though sometimes it doesn't give you the fast delivery of the messages or receiving or WhatsApp messages. I have only 3G connection, not 4G connection. I have only one SIM card. I don't have dual SIM card. The people may think that I am very boring. People may think that I am very outdated. These are all overthinking. So overthinking is not really helpful for anybody. You might know that first it kills your peace of mind, then it kills your creative thinking. So once you enter into the engineering, you all need to think that the 4 years of course absolutely helps you to become more objective thinking. So design your ability to think. Majority of the people think that thinking and intelligence are the depend too much of one by one, but behind the brain, intelligence is the domain on which thinking also works. Thinking connect to the intelligence, but thinking is a skill. But whereas intelligence is a thing which already there in your brain, it is infinite. Every human being has the across the globe, 70 to 80% of the generation will have the same IQ, intelligent quotient. So it is a default quality, and you have infinite memory. And this is also same for everybody on this planet. This is already proven. So then what is there? You need to learn the thinking. Thinking is a skill. You have the parameter in your brain, you have the domain in your brain, but only thing is with working very hard on improvising your thinking skills, it can improve. You can expose yourself in thinking different things. You can expose yourself creative thinking. You can expose you to lateral thinking. You can expose to your mathematics ability thinking, the arithmetic abilities, or you can solve the Sudoku. You can play chess. These are all try to make you connect with the different neurons in your brain, so that you become very spontaneous and creative and energetic. You can also involve the physical activity. Pick up one physical game. It can be cricket, it can be a shuttle, it can be a basketball, it can be volleyball, it can be hockey. Anything, you just start learning it, because when you expose yourself to the physical education or physical activity, which helps you to connect the different neurons which were not connected because of any other activity. Because every human being born with 10 multiple intelligences. Every human being. Out of this 10, at least one or two are dominant with each and everybody. That is the reason you are different and I am different. I am great in my own way, you are great in your own way. So once you are able to understand this logic about the human, you can claim that you are unique and specific. To be more clear, you might know already. You heard your different place, different people, that to say that you are unique, your fingerprint is unique. So stop overcoming from the overthinking. If anybody has in the habit of overthinking, better you can do a simple technique. So you better write down all the whatever the thoughts you get it on the paper without brooding, without going in deeper meaning anything at all. Maintain a logbook for weekdays. Write down every thought on that. End of the day, before closing the day, you go through each and every thought and check whether it is really helpful or not helpful. How it is really going to helpful to design yourself. If it is really going to helpful, think that what are the areas you need to improve, from where the skill to be learned. And after 1 week, you just see 80% of the overthinking thoughts will disappear. Only 10-20% are there. If they are really helpful, helping you to improvise yourself, then you can work upon that. And another most important thing, majority of the student teenagers, they work on the community feeling low. Some communities feel that we are stronger or we are superior. Some community people feel that we are lower, we are not competent. This is also a false statement. Human beings are born with, as I told you, 10 multiple intelligences, and every brain on this planet, all the continents have the three specific domains. One is thinking, second is emotion, and third is intelligence. These are the three domains of every human being. So, as I told you, we need to shift from objective thinking to creative thinking also. So, when you creative thinking is nothing but connecting the dots which have happened in the different environment, different surroundings, then you have the ability to apply this, then you get the creative thinking, and this is also a skill you can improvise. And of course, still intermediate, majority of the people are like pushing into the tunnel. They keep on traveling into the tunnel for a light to come out. In that process, your head is totally fixed to see only forward, to read exams, go to the school or college, mug the answers, vomit in the exam, get scores, go to the next class. This is how been happening for the past 12 years. Now you enter into a different environment where it is your responsibility to sit and study and work on for yourself. So, how knowledge comes? By means of observation, by means of reading, by means of discussing, by means of challenging. So, you may, if you think that your knowledge is very less, improve a lot. Out of 24 hours, spend 1 hour exclusively on knowing things around the globe. And this having less knowledge idea knocked down with your efforts. Economical. Yeah, our society is a mixed economy, so we have a different economical background. Some people are very, very filthy rich. Some people are very, very poor. So we are living in that society. In our class, the students might be the different sections with the different economical backgrounds, but we need to think that we are all came onto the same platform, writing the same kind of exams for the past 12 years. So we are intellectually, academically, we are connected on the same platform, and we are living in the nature. With respect to nature, for nature, everybody is same, because the nature gives the sunlight, gives the water, gives the air, gives the oxygen, and gives the land. These are all are common. So majority times we are all commonly connected. The great difference exists in how you perceive. So the people who believe that they are economically low, look at the a country, look at the our state. During the pandemic, during the lockdown, whole business has been shut down. Everything is closed. So government don't have money. Government also did not give the proper salary for all the employees. Even the revenue department and endowment department, panchayat raj department, GHMC, all departments, government paid only half salaries. Why? It's a question. It is surprising. such a big, huge system of a government, why the government is not having money? Because the government is a collective system. If you take about the position of a minister or a governor, they are not rich by means of their positions. They are the agents who disburse the amount of money they collect from the people. Similar way, you may perceive that you are very poor, but you are connected with every individual. You might have seen in the lockdown period, crores of migrant labor started walking on the streets because there was no much facility. Not much, there is no facility at all to reach their hometowns, but they started walking on the roads. No hotels, no water supply, no vehicles, very high temperature, but still people started walking on the roads. Then how they were survived? Lakhs of people from the villages came onto the streets. Lakhs of people from the tier cities, they came onto the rescue of these walkers who are reaching their destination. They provide this food, they provide the shelter, they provide the medication. Sometimes they provided vehicles also to reach their destinations. Who appointed them? No one. But the people who are walking on the street, they were all poor, but they reached their destinations safely. Why? Because we are all in an ecosystem of collective humanity. So whenever you feel you are lonely, you are economically poor, think about the state who claim that they don't have money. And once the all activities started, the people started working vivaciously and vibrantly, then the government started making money. Similarly, you need to believe when you start working continuously, constantly, consciously, then automatically the people will get connected and start giving the support so that you can rise. The another most important thing which really bothers majority of the students is they're not able to speak proper language. Maybe their home environment, maybe their region environment made them to speak only their mother tongue, but they are demand in the institutions and when you go to the companies in the other tongues of English. So if you have an expression ability, whichever language it is, you can easily convert into the other platform. If you can look into the some of the countries like Russia and China, Korea and Japan, all these countries they work only on their mother tongue. Chinese on the Chinese, Japanese on the Japanese, Russian is in Russian language, Korean is Korean language. They use their own Mandarin, but still they are rising and they are in the top list in the scientific evolution. Then if you really able to present whatever subject you understood, if you want to present it in Telugu, it's okay. You have time. When something is demanding other language, you can learn easy. When you learn mother tongue, you can learn easily the other tongues. The another most important thing is that love and friendship. In this age group, among the opposite sex, boy and girl, love relationship is inevitably it happens. And friendship is like is a born equality. You will be attracted to one of your classmates. In these relationships, we try to spend more amount of the time. We give our all intellectual time, leisure time, sleep time, working time. All the times are open for the friendship. We spend a lot of hours on WhatsApp in messaging, in video calls, in messages of the web friendships. We chat, we share a lot of other things and empathy, and we need to understand the friendships and relationships with the empathy and understood with understanding. Recent past, if you can see in these 3-4 months, there are just because they are in relationship and the love, the girls are being killed because there is a breakup in the relationship. You all need to understand across the world that a lot of research has been done in the teenage love. In this teenage love, entering in relationships is as common as a breakup. Majority of the love affairs end up with a breakup. They start in the first year with a better friendship. Then slowly they realize that they have feelings for others. Then they share that I have a feeling for you, and they propose and expect the other person to accept it. And one fine morning they accept it and they start entering into the relationship, and they continue for 1 year with high intense relationship. Every day, morning to midnight, they all chat with everything from good morning to good night. What you brush, what you eat, what you wear, how you go, what you cook, how to spend time, with whom you are going. Minute to minute, second to second conversations taking place between these opposite sex people, and then at some point of time, something creep in between them. They possess and also start fighting. They make their life miserable, and then fine morning they say a breakup. One person ready to take it, one person doesn't take it. Become low self-esteem, and they brood on that, and people around them start telling that that person used you, you did not realize, we realized wrong back. These kind of bad suggestions which made the person to go into the use pressure and go to the depression, then start experiencing the suicidal tendencies, and out of that they become very aggressive, and they start plan and thinking that we need to kill the other persons. Then only the same experience is not going to done by that opposite sex person. You all need to realize, understand, making friendship and going away friendship or love is very very natural. Everybody has their own right to make a relationship and break a relationship. You can't force other person to be in the relationship. It can be a friendship or it can be a love relationship. We are living under the great freedom sovereign country. Once you are able to understand, I think these things become very easier. People always claim, in these 2 decades of my time helping the teenagers, I spent more than 8,000 individuals, boys and girls, talking about this kind of relationships. We have done one survey across two Telugu states in 2010 about the opposite sex relationships and also love affair among the teenagers. Around 70% of the teenagers have this kind of relationships, and out of 70%, around 98% relationships are broken. And for majority of the people, the first love, what they claim is very precious, but they're definitely going to break up because you really don't know. We are very fresh in understanding the relationships and also the understanding about the emotions. So I've done a lot of work on the this teenager emotions. So we have been doing awareness programs for the past 15 years. We reached more than 500 engineering, medical, and graduation colleges in addressing exclusively about these friendship, love, attraction, and sex. How one can understand about these things, how our arousal comes. The arousal by looking at the other opposite sex is not love, but unfortunately, if you get a sexual arousal when look at the opposite sex, we really don't know how to name it, what to name it. So we use the word love because it's a different feeling we experience. But that is not a parameter to measure or to experience or to name or brand that emotion as love. So if you can able to understand this Rocketal principle, I think you will become emotionally stable. When you are emotionally stable, your cognitive abilities will become more prominent and also effective and works at the peak level. And also which helps you to think properly and rationally, helps you to motivate yourself to do right things for your right career, and also you grow as a better human being. Hope that you all can work on this and make your life more better understanding this. And I would like to share some of the case studies of your seniors. Of your seniors means don't think that they're all from your college. They're all from various engineering colleges, studied during your same period, the last couple of academic years. I just want to share some of the stories so that you can understand what kind of troubles really students are going to bring. Mathur, a very enthusiastic student, of course, joined in a graduation, of course, in engineering. And as soon as he entered into the college was very, very promising, very open, very vibrant. A lot of things are happening, festivals, feast, and also NSS work and field trips and workshops in the engineering colleges. These are all really life become more interesting, more interviewing, and also more enthusiastic. In the process, you get into a relationship with a girl. Then, when you are entering the relationship, as many movies shows that they bunk everything and they think that this is only a priority. And Mathur also is not less than that. He is also was very serious. And in the third year, there was a breakup. Then this fellow, by the time he realized that he got 18 backlogs, he left only 2 semesters in the fourth year. We were disappointed and disgusted. Parents were very disappointed, very angry. And 5 years back, I think he came to us. So we started working on his emotions. At the time, his emotions were very aggressive, very anti-social, anti-love, self-pity, despair, despondent, disgusting, and in a depression. So we started working on that because Mathur really wanted to come out of that. He doesn't want to ruin his life and doesn't want to disappoint the family and the parents. So fortunately, he was pulled up himself out of all these and the dumps of disturbances, and then he given backlog exams, 18 backlogs at a time. He could clear it. Then he wrote what do you call GRE. Then he left for US. But it's not happens every time with everybody. Hundreds of people who break up in the relationships, they depressed. The girls are boys, not only just boys. I have just changed the names. So who are in the entering the relationship, it really going to cost your life. So you need to be very careful. You need to be always understood that whenever there is in a relationship with the people, you need to be very, very rational in understanding the other person. You should not be possessive. You should not control the other person's movements. That never be allowed. What cinemas shows that if you are in relationship, you become more jealous, you become more possessive. There are rubbish and nonsense the film people show. But the research what we done, we collected 10,000 sample studies in India, in Hyderabad and other cities of Telugu states. That is a very primitive state of relationship. Once it is a mature relationship, will be always broods on the environment of the friendship and the honesty and the freedom. This is one case study about the relationship. The second case study, Sirisha is a very outgoing girl, a very rational girl, having good friends. She has friends in every department in a college, and also she used to spend very huge amount of time on the social media. And in social media, she get connected with a boy who looks good, and they used to meet once in a while, and they develop a lot of trust between the Shirisha and other boy through the messengers and WhatsApps. Then one day the boy claimed that his mother was not good, joined in hospital, no money. Then this Sirisha got very kind, very benevolent, and very bold, and she took out all the jewelry from her house and given to this boy. Later, the parents came to know that there is no jewelry in the house. Then they asked the Shirisha. Shirisha told that yes, I given to my friend. They said, why? Because my friend mother is not good. After the jewelry came to the hands of the boy, but the boy is totally disappeared from the scene. No phone was taking calls. It was always switch off mode. Then they lodged a police complaint. Then they came to know that this boy was already in the police list. There are 4 or 5 cases are pending on him in the same stealing, cheating, manipulating on everything. Then they were seriously working on that. Then when the girl, came to counseling sessions. So don't trust the friendships on FB or WhatsApp. There is a one big gang is working in India recently. They call you, they message you. Recently, also Cyberabad's police commissioner Sajjanar was talking, stating that girl come on to the your FB messenger and talk to you sweetly, claim that studying engineering, I am some interest in the subjects. Why don't you have a chat? Why don't you come onto the WhatsApp? They shift you on the WhatsApp. From the WhatsApp, they try to encourage you to undress you and also encourage. They also undress you. Then they record of your video and they immediately within 1 minute they start challenging you that we have your nude videos. So if you don't give money, we are going to post it, put it uh, on YouTube or post into all the mobile connections. You terrified, you afraid. So don't trust and don't try to be very open on the messengers and the WhatsApps. And she faced a lot of trouble in making things to set right. The other friend, Mr. Mahesh, Mahesh has a best friend, and that friend was very creative. For him, anything if you look at once is really able to understood very easily in less time. Able to give the answers also in less time. Very spontaneous. Mahesh used to feel very happy. They have a lot of pride in their relationship. But what happened in the 4 years of time? Mahesh got backlogs, and his creative friend cleared every paper. He wrote GRE and left US. And this fellow was still suffering with all the failures. Then question is, why it happened? Friendship is okay. The emotional levels both are same, though God friendship, but intellectual abilities as well as the learning styles are not same. Every human being have a different learning styles. His creative friend, his learning style is just if he listens once, he'll be able to get it and analyze and write the exam. But whereas Mahesh is not that. But Mahesh thought that he also has the same ability as his best friend is having. So he never put up himself in studying because his friend he never seen his best friend sit and study. So with this copying nature, with this just bypassing all his abilities, thinking that he's also like his friend, then he also used to just go through the pages before the exam, but nothing was stored in the brain, and then nothing was able to reproduce in the exam. He failed. So don't compare yourself with your friends. Friendship is one part, fine, but at the same time, you need to check yourself what is our learning styles. How many times I should read, how many times I should write, so that I can perform in the exams, I can reproduce the answer without any problem. Swapna is a very good daughter. She always used to think about the family, money, friends, feelings, but she always used to feel terribly bad. And with that, a lot of time used to spend only on passing the time to think about it. Then result is that she lost all her productive timings, got very less time to sit and study. Then what is the result? Just he passed below 60% and no campus placements. Still she's struggling to find some job. So don't try to media core. Your parents definitely putting money on that. Keep on thinking about how much they are putting. There is no sense at all. You are assigned a job. Work more on that, and don't allow your brain to think too much. Do always what is useful for as a student. Work on that, reproduce on that. Be honest in learning. Otherwise, you end up as a very complacent and no placements. Complacent people doesn't have any placements anywhere. They'll be always thinking about the studies, but they never perform it. They think about how to learn, but they never reproduce it. They think about they need to be top in the class, but never be a top, but always top in the exam. So don't behave like a mediocre student. Another case study, Roque is always focused on the just enjoyment, and he always bring a car to the college, uses the latest phones, and hang out with the parties, and he never focus on any studies. He got lot of backlog papers, then he detained in the college, and the parents stopped sending him to the college. The other student is Maunis. He's a regular to the classes, be with the friends with a limited time, and always plan for his studies. He always used to spend time after having time spent for studies. Then he's always used to be in the learning mode, and he has a very good life. He got the placement, but he did not join. He wrote the GATE exam. He joined in IIT, pursuing his MTech, and also recently came to know that he is placed in a best company. So we call this a Monish as a prioritizer. He knows what is the priority. He used to put good amount of time, measure time, 70-80% of the time, or 60-70% of the time on studies, 10% with the enjoyment and with the friends, another 10% of time with the family, and he always spend time to know the latest advancement technologies, then his update with the going things, then he established himself. So these are the some of the case studies. All these case studies are from the real stories of the people. So to choose which one really you want to become, so that which can help you to design and shape yourself to be a very effective student. And pitch on the regular things, not always on the entertainment mode. Majority of the students used to believe that engineering means entertainment. Engineering is not entertainment. Engineering is a course where it helps you to think solutions for the given problems. So only thing is you entering from a most closed, monitored, possessive system into a more open world where there is no much monitoring for you. You have to read, you have to decide what to study, what not to study. That is the reason first year majority of the students who got 90% in the engineering, they always get the less percentage. There's a reason in the state engineering colleges, or even the students who go from Telugu states, in the first year of IITs also they are performing very, very low. So don't be in that low performance rate. So try to come out that I know everything syndrome. Majority of the teenagers, especially the post millennials, always have these three syndromes. I know everything syndrome, I can manage everything. But you need to know, knowing is not doing. You think that knowing itself is doing. No, knowing is not doing. I know how to drive a helicopter, I know how to drive an aeroplane, but really I don't know. If somebody gives you the aeroplane and asks you to travel, asks you to fly, I just cannot. I'm knowing only the process on the paper. I really don't have any experience, hands-on experience to fly the flight. So knowing and doing there's a difference, and you can also check yourself. You know pretty well that every academic year, every course will have exam. End of the course, you have exam. We know that we need to study. We know that we need to perform. We know that we have to give the best. We know that we should perform better. But we need to question: are we really doing it? No. So we all need to think. Nothing is free in this world. There is no free lunch. We have to pay the price for everything to be successful. You all need to understand. Still, you are a student. You need to learn. Don't go into a false belief that you can manage everything. It is not going to possible for any person on this planet to manage things. Just you see the latest situation. Corona, born in China, spread across the world. China started thinking that we can manage it, failed to manage, and it could take out 10 lakh people in the world. More than that. China failed, America failed, UK failed, Spain totally gave up, Italy dead totally, India struggling. So many powerful leaders, so much of army, so much of doctors, high infrastructure, high quality research institutions. Still we are fighting. We cannot see the enemy, the corona, but we are affected. Almost every house lost one old fellow, even in our state. I lost my mother the last month, October, for corona. We all got negative corona, but mother got the positive corona, joined in the hospital. In the process of the recovery, she got massive attack and collapsed. So it is not possible. Don't be under that impression that you can manage things. You cannot. Many people think that they can spend time in passing on the lazy nights, lazy mornings, postponing things before exams. They wanted to study, do one day batting, but it's not possible because now all people are cannot become Kohlis or Dhonis. So come out of this syndrome. So if you understand all these things about your status, we can talk about the pandemic. What is pandemic? Is epidemic occurring worldwide or over a very wide area, crossing international boundaries and usually affecting a large number of people? We call them as a pandemic. So whenever there is a grief to an individual or to the world, there is a great psychologist, Kubler-Ross. She proposed long back about this grief cycle. The cycle was, first people will be in a denial mode and they get the anger, then they bargain, then they go to the depression, then they accept. These are the five things. These five things we defined it as a information and a communication, emotional support and guidance and direction. Even in India also same thing happened. When the first came in the month of March and April, all our ministers and prime minister, our chief ministers used to say that no, India don't get corona because we are very strong in immunity. Our kitchen is having spicy things, so we have a lot of immunity boosters in our food. Our generation has got already BCG immunity when we were born as a child. So whoever got BCG, they don't get corona. If you go back and start looking and start listening to the speeches of our prime minister or chief ministers, you laugh at them. They're all in the denial mode that we don't get it. But what is the status now? Till last week, every day, 1 lakh cases in India. 1,000 cases every day in Telangana. 2,000-3,000 cases in Andhra Pradesh, UP, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. Lot of cases used to pump. So, denial mode to anger. In the first March, April, May, there's a lockdown. We're all frustrated, irritated, and there are a lot of anxiety. What is going to happen when you don't work? How you get money? How to survive? How to lead? If somebody is sick, where to go to the hospital or not? If you go to the hospital, you get corona. If you don't go to the hospital, our problem become severe. Then try to bargain. We try to struggling to find meaning, reaching out to others, telling one stories, and try to make them realize people who were affected and came out of that. We start sharing their story. Then, because these systems are happening, we are not allowed to go outside freely. We are not getting the money what we want. Everybody is staying in the house. The first time, so many days, so many people in the same place. We are suffocated. We're disturbed. We fail to have a better interaction with the people in the house. Helplessness, hostility, fight. Then after that, we accept it. Anyhow, we have to learn to live. Without Corona, there is no life. So we have to live, following some instructions. Slowly, we open the grounds, then we open the parks, then we allowing the marriages, then we are allowing the cinema halls, then we are allowing the slowly to function the institutions. This is how slowly going, though Corona exists. This is the acceptance mode. So still, if anybody have any symptoms, the government is directing go to the hospital, get checked, and then get the treatment so that you can come out of the corona. If you can look into the history, education either is a pandemic. In 1920, we got deadly Spanish flu pandemic, and during that period also, the graduated batch of students. The picture, if you can see, they are the pandemic due to the because of Spanish flu. It was in America. Thousands and thousands of people who are really quarantined. 1970, graduated in the background of Vietnam War. India experienced the Vietnam War because we supported Vietnam War. America versus Vietnam was very serious at the time. Also, we paid taxes. Then, still at the time, education went on in Vietnam and here also. 2001, 9 by 11, Twin Towers collapsed. Then graduated. 2003, SARS. At the time, I was in Taiwan to pursue my PDF in nanotubes in University of Changhua in Changhua, Taipei, nearby Taipei. So at that time also batch of students who graduated across the world. So nature always posed the challenge at the human race. Every time human grown with more opportunities and betterment in the world. If you look into the 1920 to 2020 life is much bigger because of the high communication, better infrastructure, better education, better research in the medical conditions. So everything has been improved in this 100 years. Even in between, we have got two world wars, 1930 and 1940. Pandemic, two world wars, and another three natural one or two natural calamities, and two pandemics, SARS as well as the two accidents. Still, world is emerging. If you can apply to our life, also the same. Whenever there is a challenge, whenever there is a trouble in your life, it comes, think that your life is going to become better. Because our brain never sit idle. The world is becoming better. It doesn't mean that the world become better by itself. No. Whenever there is a challenge exists, human brain never sit idle. It starts working on the alternatives, making the things better to secure oneself and to give the security for the society. So learn to accept the challenges. Any challenges come. Some challenge came that you are not speaking English very well. Honor the challenge. Somebody make fun of your English skills. Somebody make fun of your knowledge. Somebody make fun of your expression. Somebody fun of your knowledge. Honor that mockery. Because your brain never sit idle. It takes the challenge and start working on that. You become better. Every challenge will make you better. Every trouble came to you to make you better. So learn to honor it. If somebody rejected you, accept it. Because many rejections make you become very successful and very great. I think the majority of these post-millennials are students who are now might have studied Harry Potter. You know pretty well about the Rowling, the writer of the Harry Potter. You know this Harry Potter novel which was made her rich, world popular, rejected by the many companies when she approached the people to publish it. Disneyland, one of the most best entertainment land in America. 200 publishing companies rejected the idea for Disneyland. But he bought into that. Jackie Chan is a martial art actor, expert. He was rejected for movies. But then at the age of 40 plus, he entered into the cinema field, started making the films, and he added the martial art with the fun. He was big success. So don't think that rejection is always a bad thing. And the most powerful example people give that Abraham Lincoln was a failure and rejected by the business companies, rejected as a senator, rejected as a president, but in 1952 and 19 I exactly forgotten the year of his presidentship, but he has become the best president of America till now. There are 46% still now with Biden, but people claim Abraham Lincoln was one of the best presidents of America after the George Washington. But unfortunately, whenever there is a rejection, we terribly disappoint ourselves and we burn out ourselves. We never try further and make our life better. But rejection, think that you are getting more kinds of rejection in spite of your effort, in spite of your spirit, in spite of commitment, in spite of your excellence. It means that the best things are going to come. You might have heard the most inspiring personality in the world, Jack Ma from China. He was rejected by more than 100 times in different companies. If you can go to the Google or YouTube, write the Jack Ma speeches, you really enjoy his speeches. At the age of 18, he did not do much, did not join big colleges. He was rejected by Harvard University. Even he applied for a job in KFC as a sales boy. Even KFC also rejected him. Now he is the most richest person, has biggest e-commerce trading from China, is making e-commerce trading as a most business successful business platform. Effects of Corona. 150 crores affected learners. 90.2% of total enrolled learners. 191 countrywide. All universities are closed. And the great focus came onto the online platform, digital learning, virtual classes. And because of this, some of the psychological problems were done because we had done one survey in the month of April and also recently in the month of November. We understood that majority of the students, and now I am doing online counseling every day, a lot of online counseling and also offline counseling sessions, exclusively in the anxiety and depression. So anxiety is one is that people get because of the different kind of thoughts they generate, thought, feelings, and behavior. Anxiety or fear and worry can happen to anyone from time to time. It's not unusual to experience anxiety before a big event or important decision. Then what are the symptoms? Feeling fatigued easily, difficulty concentrating, recalling, muscle tension, racing heart, grinding teeth, sleep difficulties, including problems falling asleep and restless, unsatisfying sleep. These are some of the symptoms of anxiety. Anybody who is really experiencing these kind of things, I suggest them please try to connect with a professional. Or before that, you want to try, you can try with the breathing exercise and start working on your body. To daily spend time in jogging for at least 30 minutes and spend some time physical game, cricket, basketball, anything, shuttle or volleyball, anything. Go sweat in the ground, run or make use of football. Then these things will decrease your cortisol levels in your body and balance in the neurotransmitter makes better in your brain, then it generates a dopamine and the endorphins to get the feel good factor in your brain, and that helps you to become stable. Don't think too much future. Don't go to the past. If you can follow these methods, you can definitely come out of these anxiety. Boredom, the lovable word used by many of the teenagers. If your mother comes and asks why you are always with the mobiles, పొద్దున ఏం చూస్తున్నా, పొద్దు లేవగానే మొబైల్ పట్టుకుంటావు, మధ్యాహ్నం మొబైల్ పెట్టుకుంటావు, టాయిలెట్ కూడా మొబైల్ తీసుకెళ్తావు, రాత్రి 12-1 దాకా మొబైల్ చేస్తావు. ఏముంటుందిరా మొబైల్? ఎందుకు అట్లా టైం పాస్ చేస్తున్నావు? నాకు అనేమే ఉంటావు. ఏం చేయాలి మరి? ఇప్పుడు ఏం లేదు చేయడానికి, దానికే చేస్తున్నాను. చెప్పు మరి ఏం చేయాలి చెప్పు, నాకేదైనా పని చెప్పు. ఏం చెప్తావు? ఉందా పని? ఉందా? We retract back, revolt, and tell that you are getting bored. So then why boredom will come? Boredom is a feeling unsatisfied by an activity. Uninterested lead to boredom. When you feel energetic but you don't have any challenge to direct your energy. And because of these, if you have difficulty in focusing, when you are not interested to do the task, when difficulty to do the task, and when there is no benefit in doing something, you also get bored. So to come out of this, try to connect with some task which can convert into as a hobby, or accept the course whatever you joined here, whether you joined here out of your choice or your parent choice or your family choice, but accept it and try to see what you can do certain things through this. I share one experience recently happened last year, not last year, 3 years back. One student came with the father started telling that my son was a very intelligent student. He scored 98% in intermediate, and also till 10th class also 95%. But after joining intermediate, he got 4 backlogs in the 2 years itself. It is very disappointing, disgusting. I never expected that my son can do like this. I said, okay, what is the issue? Then they started talking to the boy, keeping father away from my chamber. He said, see, I am interested to do mechanical engineering, but my father joined me in electronics. I don't like. So I wanted to teach a lesson to my father that if you are joined not my choice, your choice, I am going to fail. Then I asked him, what is your final wish? See, I wanted to do automation in machines. Yeah, so what? Why do you stop studying? He said that with electronics nothing is going to do. I asked him, who told you that you cannot do it? There's a department after your engineering, you can do PG in mechatronics, combination of mechanics and electronics, and both the courses, both the engineers are available to them. Immediately jumped out of the chair. He said, is it really? I said, yes. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I really, I don't know that. I thought that my life is closed with this. See, the world is now with different disciplinaries which are existing. So, if you might have taken one subject in one choice, but in the PG level, you can pursue of your choice interest. So, if you really join in any colleges which have no choice, if your possibility is there, you can put it in front of your parent, ask about that. If it is not, take it and pursuing it, and find out some department which can join and you can become better. Then within no time, in the next semester, he cleared all the papers. He scored 80 to 90%. His father was astonished, and then he came 1 year after the 1 year of the compensation. He said, what you made? My son has become original as intermediate and 10th class student. I said, no, I did nothing. He explored himself. He could realize what he can do. So don't punish yourself by taking wrong decisions that you are punishing others. This is another most dangerous thing, the depression. See, we know all the symptoms of fever, symptoms of cough, symptoms of cold, but unfortunately, we don't know the symptoms of depression. The symptoms of depression are like this. The person who is in depression experiences 2 extreme situations. He may sleep more, may not sleep more, eat more, may not eat, may talk more, may not talk, may roam around, isolate himself, keep crying, or he doesn't cry for even greatest disturbance happen in their family or in a house. Disconnected with emotions or more connected with emotions. So anybody is like this, continue for a long time, then slowly push into the suicidal ideation. That is the reason recently the celebrities also committed suicide. Maybe Coffee Day owner Siddharth, or you can take Rajput, or a cricketer Chandrasekhar in Karnataka. These are all people are celebrities, have good money, fame, everything, but still they come to suicide because they don't know that they are undergoing depression. They need a therapy. They're all we all can protect them. It is a curable. Only thing is you have to get connected people like me. They helpful for you to identify the issues and work out and apply with the therapies so that you can come out of these issues. It's the most important thing. How the future is going to be. Future is now is a competition, not about the competition of knowledge, competition of creativity, imagination, and independent thinking and learning. For the past 20 years, we made people to work like machines. Now robotics are entering into the our life, so we are going to make the machines into people. So now it is wisdom driven and also experience driven. See, this is the recently World Economic Forum. If you go to the Google and write down World Economic Forum, there is a one PDF file available in the Google, and you can get it. Some of the most prominent courses areas where the opportunities are going to come in these coming days. Artificial intelligence and machine learning, data analyst, information security, Internet of Things, big data, project managers, fintech engineers, digital marketing, and strategy experts, software application developers, business of development, and also the robotics and humanoids. These are all things are really going to helpful in coming days. Recently, one interesting thing happened. Your age student who is finished the engineering, he identifies a mind reading device. This is going to helpful for a person who has the speech disorder. He cannot speak. So he designed a device. It could put it in the backs of your mind. Then if you think about that, immediately it is connected to the laptop and you get the information. So if you think about your girlfriend, it appears on the mobile. You appear on the screen. If you think about the food, appears all the types of the foods here. See, fantastic. We should appreciate Mr. Arnav for identifying this app. So, what is the vision for all of you? Learn to think differently. Work on what are the new emerging business. We need to work on virus-free building materials. Think on virus-resistant infrastructure. Work on new medicines or vaccines. Work on new lifestyles. Work on to boost the immunity of the body. Develop the emotional intelligence. Work on empathy towards the needy, and be hopeful. And this world really is going to be more and more useful and helpful. I wish that you're all having a great future. Don't think that the corona might stop you entering into the college buildings, but it never stopped you entering into the creative world and imagination world. So open the inside gates and start working and work out. Don't think in these 4 years about the job. This is the best environment to create a business. Work on the business. Have a vision. Write down your vision book. In coming 10 days, 10 years, 10 years in coming down the lane, 2020, 2030, how you want to place yourself, what idea you wanted to emerge, how much money you want to make, how big you want to make it, what kind of impact you want to bring out to the people. Like Facebook made impact, like WhatsApp made impact, Google made impact, right? Microsoft made impact, iPhone made impact. How the individuals have worked extensively and which brought a lot of impact on the society. Same way, work on to improvise to give a great impact so that human life become better. So now it is already 11 o'clock, 23 minutes, 24 minutes. So I'll stop here. I expect that you can go with the questions so that I can feel happy to answer the questions. Hello, madam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any questions are there? Please ask from the students. Encourage the students to ask.
And vibrant session, sir. And we need to have a continuous sense of optimism.
Yes. No, the
Yes.
history says the same, madam. History says that after every pandemic in the world for the past 3 centuries,
Yeah.
world is always emerged as a better place to live.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
this pandemic also going to bring out the more opportunities, better things, especially for the engineers. A lot of role is there in coming days.
Yes. And now we have one or two questions from the
Yeah,
students.
please,
Our
please.
colleague Dr. Ashok from eSIP department, he will take up the question answer session followed by vote of thanks, sir. So I'll take up the session.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Thank you. Fine, sir. How are you, sir?
Yeah, doing great.
Thank you, sir. Excellent session for the all of us. So for students, it is eye-opening session.
Yeah.
As questions are there, sir.
Please.
Please give the suggestions, sir.
Sure.
Yeah. Sir, one question is there, sir. One of the students named Srinivas
Mm-hmm.
in, third year now
Okay.
hostel.
Mhm.
Topper from the intermediate, but
Mhm.
he started enjoying and neglect the studies in the first year and second year.
Yeah.
So he is get the more number of backlogs.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, the based on the situation, he realized in the third year. Now he is trying to clear the backlogs,
Okay.
but he's clearing, but he is not getting the score more than 60.
Yes.
A huge pressure to get the job before the completion of engineering.
Mm.
Can you give the suggestion for him to get the percentage and get the job?
Yeah. Okay. I can definitely answer this question. Is it possible students to they can ask question to me directly?
Uh, no, sir. Actually, it is we we disabled the chart because of
Oh.
some
No,
unavoidable.
no, but you can unmute our interested candidate from here, and they can ask question. No, it's not possible.
No, sir. It is
Okay. Yeah,
YouTube.
it's okay. It's okay. See, the question raised by the student is a very common question among many students. What they do is first year is only for newness, adjusting with the open environment, enjoying and experiencing the identity that I have become, engineering student, get adopted to the environment, making good friends. Because in a till intermediate, you don't have a choice. You don't have time also to talk to their friends, because the helicopter parenting is there. Their parents will be always on the heads of the students, what they are doing in the class, what they are doing after the class, how they are traveling, how they are coming home, how much time they are spending preparing for IDG. These are all the situation. So because
Yes.
of this helicopter parenting, children are totally locked in. Now it is very open. Now they have majority of the students have freedom to use their mobiles more, so they get addicted. They have the freedom to express, freedom to choosing people, freedom to talk anything. These things will really the ideas will usurp these students freedom, and they totally hijack from the regular routine of studying into a only into entertainment mode. But the students will always have in the mind that they need to study, but the habit pattern which happened because of chatting and talking and getting pleasure, which will not allow them to go back and sit and study. And majority of the students I want to make to understand, even to the faculty members, studying is not an instinct for human being till now, like eating, like sleeping, but studying is a habit. Unless you make habit, it cannot form. So once engineering, after joining in the first and second year, they make a habit of spending time others. going here and there, talking to the people. Then you breaking the habit which is there for the past 14 years in your school, secondary and intermediate education. So it is totally stopped. You don't feel like to study. So now you need to organize your time. First, you identify your learning style. There are totally three types of learning styles are there in the world. One is a student who can listen and learn. We call them as the auditory learners. There is a one section of the students we can that visual learners. They can read and learn. Third is the kinesthetic learners who can listen, read, and by doing they can understand. So we need to identify what kind of learner I am. I am a basically auditory learner. I learn a lot of things not by reading, by listening, by discussing, by opening a challenge, opening the debate. These things, my mind works 10 times faster than normal. If any subject, if I sit and read in a book, and the same subject, if I discuss with somebody, I learn more, my mind works creatively. So you need to identify what kind of learner you are. So identify if you are a visual learner who can read and learn. So prepare notes properly and write down, coordinate with your teacher, take the help from the teacher, and practice them and be honest in learning. If you are an auditory learner, listen the lessons on the YouTube or on the audio tapes, and just wherever you go, keep this and just listen, and then be honest in reproducing. Check whether you're able to reproduce it or not. Then if you can do it regularly every day, then you can create a bubble around you that you are now a student. Then automatically the subjects are going to be finished and you will be able to finish these courses. Then you will come out with the all the backlogs, and in the end of the fourth year, I think you can appear for the interviews.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Excellent answer they given. How
Yeah.
to get the habit of learning and
Yeah.
practicing the answers. Sir, one more question from the society. So
Yeah.
to ask you, uh, sir, though the online classes are going on this epidemic, but most students are parents are not sincere to the
Yes.
classes.
Yes.
They are habited to offline education, but
Yeah.
the demands we are going for the online.
Yes.
Any suggestion for that moving still more strength for the online education?
Yes, yes. See, first of all, we need to make the people to realize and understand that this is an alternative model in a crisis. మనం వరదలో కొట్టుకోపోతుంటే గడ్డిపోచైనా చాలు మనం కాపాడుకోవడానికి అని అంటాం. ఇప్పుడున్న పాండమిక్ సిచ్యువేషన్ లో మనం అకాడమిక్ ఇయర్ ని లాస్ చేసుకునే లెవెల్లో మనం అఫోర్డ్ చేయలేమని మన ఒక్కరం అనలేదు. హోల్ వరల్డ్ ఎడ్యుకేషనిస్ట్, వరల్డ్ ఎకనామిక్ ఫోరం, WHO, and everybody is suggesting people to find out some alternative. So this is definitely, it is not a final thing. It is only an alternative model. ఏ ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ మోడల్ లాగా మనం నేర్చుకోవడానికి ఉపయోగపడేది. The people who are growth mindset, they'll take this opportunity. People who are fixed mindset, they don't take the opportunity. The people who are having a growth mindset, they take every opportunity to learning methods and start improving their knowledge and also the ability and the skill, and they grow and they become better and they become successful. All the successful people will have the growth mindset. That is the reason we should think that this is not the only the method, but this is only the available alternative model. And we should appreciate the Department of Education in all the countries that they have taken this opportunity and putting their all best efforts to reach out to the students so that their time is not going to be wasted.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Excellent suggestion. I now call upon the Shekaram sir, HOD of SNH, to interact the guest.
Hi, Dr. Virender. Good morning.
Hi, sir.
Thank you for excellent speech and bringing awareness among the students.
Yeah. I'm honored, sir. I'm honored.
Thank you very much for being with us, for spending your valuable time. Right, and in this regard, I would like to ask the students one thing, sir, because we are taking so much pains to make the such kind of arrangements for inviting the people like you who are very busy actually, and the students are not able to understand our pains, and the attendance is not encouraging actually.
Yeah.
We, right? So they should understand that. See, if you want to meet the people like you, they need to take some appointment in advance. And whereas
Yes.
we approached you and got the appointment, and we requested you to interact with our students, they are not realizing the importance, right?
Yes. 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 Yes.
The students and parents should understand this thing, and they should make their students utilize the facilities being provided by our college, which are very
Yes.
much to them. The
Yes.
important thing is they should understand one thing. The many parents are thinking that the 2 years of intermediate course is very important, but the 4 years time in engineering is very important in their life.
Correct.
That
Correct.
their life in future, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
The students are grown up and we need not worry about them. That
Yes.
wrong notion the many of the parents are having nowadays.
Yes. Yes.
Watch their children. They should warn their wards to attend all the online classes, though they are online or offline, and they should watch their students, children, so that the gadgets that are provided by the parents, like mobile and laptops, are being used properly or not. Right?
Yes.
Many students are posing as if they are attending classes, but they are not actually attending the classes. They are doing something else, using their cell phones and laptops. That should
Correct.
not,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
And I request to all the parents and all the students that they should utilize all these arrangements that are being made by us. So because we are arranging the lecture sessions like today's, and in coming days also till 14th or 15th we are having many such sessions, Dr. Virender.
Yeah. Okay.
All these things we are doing in to for the betterment of students only. They should
Yes.
understand and all this, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I request to all the parents and all the students. Students, you also inform your friends that we are going to have many such sessions which we had today, right? Many interesting sessions. So please attend all the sessions and make use of all of them, right? Thank you, Virender, and thank you for being with us, for sparing your valuable time.
Thank you, sir. And I suggest please arrange a session on the parenting on this pandemic crisis,
Right,
because majority of the parents who are coming to me, they are complaining that they are unable to organize and unable to
right,
connect to with their kids.
right.
So I think that sessions will help the parent to how to handle in this crisis, how to
Right.
encourage their children to convert themselves into the online education. I
Okay.
think that
The
is very
important thing is the parents should know the importance of
yes,
this
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah,
Definitely, we'll make such sessions are with the
yeah.
parents. Yeah.
Okay,
Hmm?
okay. Thank you, Dr. Shekhar. Thanks
Thank you.
all the students and the parents who are online, and
Yeah.
hope that it helps them. And if
Yeah.
you have any queries, I request all of you to you can
Yeah.
send me your queries on my WhatsApp number. I'll just give it so
Yeah.
that it will be very useful for all of you. Even after the session, you can use it.
The
And
another is
yeah,
I request you to send some 10 questions on session, sir, so that we can evaluate that, right?
okay,
And
okay.
I will send these through Google form to all the students. I will recollect them, and we will,
Sure, sure, sure. Okay, I'll
so,
send the questions. Yeah,
right.
my
And
WhatsApp number is 9390771469.
that I have got your number, right? That
And that is my regular number. This is a WhatsApp number.
1 minute, 1 minute. I will note.
Yeah, 9390771469.
9390. Yeah. 1469.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they can send the queries on the WhatsApp. I can definitely answer them.
Definitely, sir.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, and bye bye. And I appreciate for this session.
Yeah. Some 10 questions so that we can
Yeah.
send them to students and we can take the answers.
Sure, sure, sure. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Virender. అయిపోయింది ఓట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్స్ ఇంకేముంది ఫ్యాక్ట్ చెప్పడం ఇట్స్ ఓవర్
Thank you, sir, Dr. Virender, sir, for excellent informative session. By listening the SARS profile and I can call him as a 360-degree professor because sir did research on semiconductors, and now he is settled as a psychologist. So it is a very informative session. Started with a nice sentence. Future is the basement of past. So whatever we did on the past, now we are going to get on the future. So like this, lot of sentences are given, and I opened the info session for the young minds. Thank you for that. And now I will take the opportunity for the take the vote of thanks. So I want to thank the management of Matrishi Education and the principal Dr. Hanumantarao Garu and head of the departments and professors and my fellow colleagues and parents and students. Thank you for the attending the wonderful session. Thank you. And I want to congratulate all the students and parents for opting the Matrishi Engineering College, and I hope very enjoyable stay at 4 years in our campus. Thank you. Students, please stay tuned. There is a small announcement for you. Thank you.
Yeah, dear students, please try to participate actively in all these sessions. We are anticipating your active participation throughout the sessions. You will be posted with a few questions through Google Forms for after the end of each and every session, or maybe later. So for all the sessions, you will be considered the marks. You are supposed to attend the session thoroughly, completely, and fill those Google Forms which are given to you along with the questionnaire. And these marks would be considered for you. Okay. So please try to be there 10 minutes before your 10 minutes before your session starts. So in the afternoon session, it starts by sharp 1:30. So 1:20, you try to log in, and the afternoon session will be on Indian heritage and culture. It will be very interesting. So please try to log in on time. Thank you.
ఓకే సార్ నేను వస్తాను